back to Mom Talk for our daily morning devotionals. How was your weekend? I want to hear about it. Leave me some comments. I hope you had a great weekend. It's Monday. It's time to get started. So we're back to these devotionals Monday to Friday. I hope they're being a blessing to you. I love to hear from you. Let me know what you're learning. And yeah, thank you. So today I wanted to talk about actually something I heard. The word of encouragement I have for you today. It sprang out of a message I heard at church yesterday, and they were talking about it's time, it's time. And here's the story of the Good Samaritan. We know that account. The priest, the Levite, passed by this man that is injured and hurt, and they just passed by him. But the Samaritan, the unexpected one, stops and takes care of him. And they were talking about how sometimes we can pass things by because it's inconvenience, we don't have time right now, we're busy. Touch on that, and that theme really stayed with me, that it's time. So I wanted to encourage you with that, and I thought, oh my goodness, how many times, I wonder what things we as moms have maybe on our dream plan, or things that we plan to do that we put aside. Maybe it's a lesson that you want to teach your children, maybe it's an activity that you want to do, maybe it's that finally potty training that child that you've been putting off. Maybe you have some things that you wanted to do as a mom, but you keep saying not right now, not right now, not right now, right? Maybe it's a project in the home you have to do, maybe a deep cleaning or an organizing of this that you have to do, but often we maybe put it off to the side some other time. So I just wanted to encourage you, maybe it's time that if you have some of those things that you put aside, like, oh my goodness, even like potty training, for example, you could just put it on, oh, maybe another day, but really they're not going to learn until we get to it. So maybe I want to encourage you and say, is it time? Is it possibly that time to do that to-do thing that you put aside for your family, for your children? Maybe you wanted to focus on a character training for a child, and you've been saying, I'll get to it. Maybe today is it. I just wanted to encourage you. Is it time? So maybe we'll seek the Lord and say, Lord, those things I've been putting off, could you help me? If today's the day, could you help me do those, right? And stop putting it off. So I was just very encouraged by that word. And I'm personally praying and seeking God, what things am I supposed to be doing right now that maybe I put off, and I said, right now it's inconvenient, right now I'm too busy, right now I'd rather be doing something else. But the reality is those things are not gonna do themselves. Maybe it's time to learn a new recipe. Maybe it's time to learn, to change the way you cook. Maybe it's time to today for me, it's time to start walking. Today I'm gonna start trying to get in 10,000 steps, which I have never done that, but I've joined a challenge. I was like, okay, it's time. I keep putting off like getting more fit and healthier off. So I keep putting it off, but today I'm like, okay, I decided to join a challenge. This starts today with Plexus, because now I do Plexus. It's one of the businesses I do. But today I decided to join them, and the challenge is to increase our protein, drink one of the pink drinks, and walk 10,000 steps. So that's a challenge for me, because I don't usually get that many steps, but I'm thinking maybe it's time for me to get fitter, to be stronger, to take better care of myself. But it's also time to be a better example for my children in that area. So pray for me as you pray for yourself. What things do you need to tackle today? So I would like to hear, what is that thing that you're putting on? And are you that mom that I'm talking to about potty training that you've been putting off? I would like to know. Leave it there. Maybe even your children are grown, or you have a little bit more time. Maybe it's a ministry thing God's been putting on your heart. Maybe it's been saying, hey, can you call that mom right there? She's been struggling, and you've been like, I'll get to it. Oh, and maybe he's been putting on your heart, you remember that mother that just gave birth or has a child in the hospital, and can you make them a meal? And you've been like maybe putting it off. I just want to encourage you, maybe today is the time, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So whatever those things God's been putting on your heart, that probably today that might be the day that we pick up and going. And don't just take it off and say somebody else will take care of it, because if God is pointing those things to you and he's asking us to take care of it. And I realize I can't do it on my own, especially the walking. So it's just a lot of crying out to God and say, God, help me. I see it, I hear you, now help me do it, right? It's the same thing. Nobody can, I don't know how you even potty train without the grace of God, or whatever character that you're working on with your children, whether it's a special family time spending thing that maybe God's been putting your heart for you to do to just help the family go closer together. Maybe it's devotional times. Maybe you've not been like leading your children in the word or discipling them and getting them together and praying together and getting in the word together. Maybe God's been putting on your heart for a while and you may say, I'll get to it. I want to encourage you, start today. Stop putting it off, right? It's just honestly that simple. Open the Bible. If you don't know where to start, start Genesis. Read 2-3 verses. Talk about it. Pray about it. Just stop procrastinating, to stop putting it off, because the reality is you and I don't know. Tomorrow we'll be here. We're not guaranteed, but we are called to be faithful with the now, with the today, with this time, not tomorrow's time, but with this time, which is the now. And I'm so thankful that we serve a God that is I am, not I will be. So he's the great I am, and he can help us right now with today. Take up and handle those challenges. Maybe it's a business idea God's been putting on your heart to help your family finances. You know, the list can go on, right? So, oh, you want to join me for a walk? Let me know if you want to join me in this 10,000. I'm asking people to join me so I can get encouragement and motivation. So if you want to join me, message, leave a comment. That'll be great. So that's what I wanted to come here and share with you. I hope you're encouraged. Be blessed. Have a good day. But let's just pray. Lord, I thank. I just pray that I know you've been faithful to give us this time today, this right now. Help us to be faithful in this time that you've given us to do the things that you're laying on our hearts to do. Lord, I pray that you remove procrastination, remove every hindrance that will hinder us to being the very best that you want us to be in this moment. You just intervene in our homes, in our family, in our mothering today, in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, thank you for joining me, all of you who've been here joining. I appreciate it. Bless you. And by the way, if you have any questions or you have a topic that you want me to touch on, I would love to hear that. Please feel free to share this encouraging word with somebody else, some other moms. There's some moms, but it's time. It's time. There might be a mom there today who needs an encouragement. So go ahead and share so they can be reminded to get up. Sometimes it's just time to just shake yourself. You don't feel like, okay, I'm gonna get clean this house. I'm gonna clean wash my dishes. I am gonna organize that closet. Today could be the time. But you know what? We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. There is no better time than the now. So we're just gonna trust God that we don't procrastinate. And today we can do it. Redeem the time today fully. Thank you for whoever is on here. Say hi. It's good to see you guys here. But I'm gonna going get my 10,000 steps in. Pray. And until tomorrow, see you guys tomorrow. Bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.